that is recording proper. Like we not live or anything, so you ain't got to worry about nothing like that. If we
Oh, okay.
if we talk about anything or say anything that you don't agree with, just let me know. I'll timestamp it and I'll cut that shit smooth the fuck out.
Oh, okay. We should be straight.
Yeah. And hold on, not now the dog groomer people here.
Okay.
I think my wife got that handled, so I ain't got to worry about it. All right. So I'm gonna kick an intro. I'm gonna introduce you, and then we just gonna ramble for a little bit, and then we be good.
Cool.
All right. Gotta get my.
Oops.
It's fine. What up, everybody? This your boy B Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a first-time listener, I'd like to thank you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, I would like for you to lean over and give that person a crisp high five. Can you reach over and give me a little hand right now? Can you? All right, yeah, we'll do it that way.
Gotcha.
But if you're still being socially cautious and everything, and there's still Omicron, Omarion, COVID, whatever going on out there right now. So pick up your social media app of choice and send that person that recommended you to me a DM saying thank you for recommending you to me. But speaking of social media, you can find the Random Ramblers with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show, Instagram at the 3R Show. And shit, if you putting eyeballs on the both of us, I'm pretty sure you're glued to the left side, my right side of the screen right now because of the lovely guests I have with me today. But you can find that on YouTube just by searching 3R Show. And for anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to randomrob.com. Randomrob.com to where you can find many things to help support the show, merchandise and all that stuff. And I freaking sponsor. And those for you who are watching me right now, I got to switch hats real quick, put my sponsor hat on. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Go to hooksrub.com and you can get you all manners of seasonings and rubs for your culinary delicacies and whatnot. You can put it on your meats, your vegetables. Shit, you can put that shit on the rim of your glass and drink that shit. God damn it, it's that damn delicious. So go to hooksrub.com and you can get 15% off your order if you use promo code random. Now I gotta put my hat back on my dummy right now. Put that back over here. It's gonna fall down. It's probably gonna fall down. All right. It stayed up. All right, good. Joining me right now, my guest is one person that I got to meet here in the flesh, in person. We got to do a commentary gig together or whatever. We called a professional wrestling broadcast, and we was all color coordinated and everything. She had on all red, I had on red and black, and our third, he had on all black. So we was all
Yeah.
action and everything for Black on All Sides, a professional wrestling program that we was able to attend. Had the likes of Brian Keith, Mysterious Q, freaking Trey, somebody or other that I forgot already. You had
So
Lord.
many.
Yeah, I know. Lord Adrian was there, the Walmart wrestler. All them guys.
Trisha Dora.
Yes, Trisha Dora, Janai Kai.
Mm-hmm.
All the motherfuckers was in there representing. Shane Taylor was in the crowd in attendance. You had Jabba Tears represented there as well. I mean, it was just a great evening. And joining me now just to continue that camaraderie, that extended conversation is Miss Keeks with me right now. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good. It's springtime is here. It's allergy season.
Oh yeah. My mustache was very porn like or whatever, so I had to trim it down a little bit because the spring is here. I don't want to collect too much pollen.
Right. Because you know Texas filled with it.
Oh yes, yes it is. But one thing that I didn't mention, whatever, you're one half of the duo at the Dastardly Duo Podcast,
Yes.
which I did not know until a couple minutes ago because I didn't do no research.
No, it's okay because it's been a minute since we recorded or did some episodes, but we'll be back next month. So, yeah.
Okay. How did that even get started or whatever? I know y'all started it like in probably Thanksgiving time 2020 or whatever. So
Yeah, well, my other co-star Miko, me and Miko have been friends for a long time, and we always been wrestling friends. So he always, well, he didn't want to do the podcast at first. I kind of forced him to.
Oh, yeah, strong arm him, huh? Mhm.
He gonna kill me for saying that. I forced him to do it, and we've been here ever since. But of course, life happens, and
Yeah.
both of our schedules was a little bit too busy to continue to consistently do it.
Mhm.
But me getting the podcast page to what it is now, I was like, okay, Miko, we need to start back recording.
Yeah. So, I
So
mean, even that or whatever, um, I know you can't do it really consistently with the both of you or whatever, but have you ever thought about just kinda doing it solo until you can get your co-host back in the groove or anything like that?
well, I have something coming up soon.
Ooh, exclusive.
So exclusive. I
Oh,
have something coming out soon. So
oh, I gotta hit the horns on that.
mhm.
Exclusive. Yeah, so I mean, what you got? Do tell. Come on, don't be coy. Come on.
Well, it's been brought to because I'm a big AEW stan.
Mhm.
And it's not that many black content creators that cover fully. We have Grab Sody, but that's probably like the only one.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do mine too. Because we recently everybody's seen that the black viewers on AEW is the lowest in the
Mhm.
product compared to WWE and Impact and Ring of Honor and all of that. So I'm coming so we could try to, hey, I know
Switch
last
it
year
up.
it was popular to be against it, but now they're doing what, everybody wanted them to do. So it's time to support the black wrestlers that's in AEW.
Word, word. I got that. Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks or whatever, Keith Lee now there, Swerve. Just
Right.
so many. Fucking Dante Martin, who is going to be down here in Houston pretty soon. I think in May, which I am
Yeah,
excited about that. So I mean, it's just a lovely array of black faces that's sprinkled throughout AEW, and they do need that support. Um,
exactly.
Not only have you been doing podcasting and everything, you've been pursuing a commentary career, which I've been privy to since we did the show together or whatever. But like, what that brought that about for you? What made you want to get into the commentary scene?
Well, I was approached by a promoter also in Houston, the OTOB. He's connected with Russell Rave,
Oh yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
with
Mhm.
Nick. So they approached me, and he always was like, "You'll be perfect to do that because you're very, you have the voice for it. It's like the more that you do it, the more,
Yeah.
of course, you'll fit it, but you fit perfectly with it." So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try it and see if I like it. And I do like it. And I'm going to do better, work on it some more,
Mhm.
adjust, of course,
Yeah.
with time. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool because like that was only the second time that I did it whenever we done it together and whatnot. So it was just like the first time it was, hey man, we shorthanded. You want to jump on there? I was like, well, you're fucking right. you know?
Right.
So it was just kind of like the dynamic that we had with Kenny or whatever, because he was bringing it, he was leading it. He's more seasoned than the both of us or whatnot. So I
Right.
was
He
able
was
to,
he was great.
yeah, he was, and I was able to feed off of that. And that was the same thing with the first guy did, who we had Kenny King with us, and then we had freaking Jacob King, who was the first guy that I did commentary with. So we had
Right.
the King men all damn doing their damn thing on commentary and
Right,
whatnot.
because the first one I did was with Nick, the promoter of Wrestle Rave, because he does his own, commentate for his own promotion at times.
Mhm.
So I was with him, and he gave me a lot of pointers, and he helped me out too. Because of course my first time I was a little nervous, so I wasn't as, I wasn't speaking as I should.
Yeah.
But the more that the matches became, like as soon as I want to say by the third match, that's when I
Yeah.
started to get a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, especially when you
And
got somebody to play off of as well and
hmm
whatnot. Because like I take it from the approach of me sitting on my couch, just saying my thoughts out loud as I watch the product and everything. It's just like,
right.
oh shit, he did a crazy move. So I mean, I make sure I got to try to convey that on commentary.
Right, exactly. That's what I end up doing for Black on Four Sides.
Hmm. Hell yeah. and that was a interesting night as well. It was cold
Yeah,
as
it
shit
was.
in there. We had a little bit of a liquid libations to keep us warm and whatnot.
Shout out to Crown.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it was a good old time and whatnot. But
Hmm.
I mean, as far as the commentary thing goes or whatever, I mean, dream scenario. Like I can only speak for myself. For me, it was just like if I could find a independent promotion around me that's consistently doing shows that I could be a part of to, lend my voice to if, I deem myself if I'm deemed worthy enough to do so, that
Right.
would be the dream. But I mean, what are your aspirations as far as this commentary stuff and your podcasting thing?
I've spoke to it with a friend. I was like, I want to go to like a wrestling training school just to learn
Hmm.
because I want to do color commentary, but I want to challenge myself and learn how to do play by play.
Yeah.
So I want to go to a wrestling school to learn different moves, to, just to study certain techniques, certain moves, maneuvers, all of that stuff. So I can, because it's not a lot of women that does play by play.
Hmm.
And I think we are just as capable as the men of doing play by play commentary instead of just color commentary.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for me.
Word. I'm down with that.
Hmm.
Any schools in mind or anybody that you eyeing?
I'm still researching. I'm still in the research report.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, you're not like Lord Adrian or whatever that we seen at the show or whatever. Well, not so much self-taught. He started off with a school or whatever, then he just started doing his own thing and whatnot. But
Hey, I might do that.
yeah, I want to see you backyard wrestling. That's what I want to see. But yeah, I mean, as far as professional wrestling goes or whatever, when did your fandom begin? When what was the genesis of that?
Since I was a kid, because my mom was a huge wrestling fan, so she was watching, and then I was watching because she was watching.
Mhm.
So that's where that began because my mom's a big Von Erich stan.
Oh, I'm so
Uh,
jealous of you, because like my mom was a fan of her goddamn soap operas and shit, and I'm glad I didn't gravitate toward that shit or whatever. But you had a mom that actually watched professional wrestling.
She watch. She'll watch a little bit now.
Mhm.
Cause I know she's still debating if she want to go to WrestleMania with me or not.
Uh-huh.
But we that's been our thing, and now it's become me and my daughter's thing. Sometimes
Oh,
we watch wrestling together, so we've been a wrestling household.
word, word.
Hmm.
I don't try to push it so much on my kid. I mean, they know that I have my time that I'd be like, I'm finna watch wrestling. I mean, you're welcome to join, but if not, get the fuck out.
Right, right. But see, my kids, they don't watch it. What they just like, they like certain people interests. Like
Mhm,
when I posted on Twitter the Adam Cole, like they like Adam Cole.
mhm.
They just, it's just the way that he comes in, it stands out. And then once the fighting starts, that's when they start back playing. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, they're gonna fumble
We
around.
just want to
Go
see
ahead.
him do the Adam Cole baby, and then we go back to playing.
Yeah. My kid, my youngest, she enjoyed Bailey, happy, colorful Bailey. And then when she cut her hair or whatever, because she only knew Bailey, happy, colorful Bailey with the ponytail. And
Yeah.
then she stopped, really watching it a lot with me or whatever. Then she came back to it, and then she seen Bailey with the short hair. She's like, well, what happened?
All the kids, I feel like all the kids was devastated.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All the kids was like, oh no.
Because my daughter is a hugger or whatever, and that spoke to
Hmm.
her or whatever. She had the "I'm a hugger" T-shirt and everything, and all that
And the
stuff.
whole floaty thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, how is that now? Because I mean, you're a generational professional wrestler watcher. Your mom watched it, you watch it, and now your kid is kind of watching it. Do you just kind of like draw any parallels to that with you and your mom and you and your daughter?
Yeah, I do. It's really cool. Cause my oldest is starting to like sit there and watch it sometimes.
Mm,
But it's really my youngest that'll just watch it and then she'll go play. But my oldest is starting to be, she's starting to get more into it like I used to be when I was a kid.
mhm.
So I could kind of see her being more of a big wrestling fan. And my youngest probably just like the outfits that they got on.
Okay. Yeah. Let's even talk about that or whatever, because it's just like when it comes to professional wrestling gear, men and women and whatnot, I
Mhm.
mean, I believe the males have, a wider variety of gear, but when it comes to the females and everything, it's just like it's a set pattern as far as their gear go, but there's different color schemes and variations, slight variations of it or whatever. It's just like,
Right.
is there anybody that you can think of right now, female wise, that has, gear that just pops to your mind right now when I say who has great gear as far as
It's always, to me, it always been for the longest, honestly, it's always been China, but now it's starting to be Bianca Belair.
true, yeah, and especially because we have that know all that she damn makes her own gear,
Yes.
so that is interesting to see and whatnot. I think Sasha Banks gear her gear game has stepped up
Oh yeah, her
somewhat.
husband been doing it. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, he just got in the booth and just started going crazy on her
well, I
outfit.
mean, shit. I mean, if Sasha Banks was my old lady, I mean, I had to show out.
hmm Like it's
Especially,
time to.
yeah, especially. I mean, you my wife, so I mean, I mean, I might be in the doghouse. I put you some funky ass gear or whatever out there.
Yeah, because at first it was like, okay, it's just a simple basic, like all of them got the same thing. But I want to say around 2020, that's when she started to kind of
Mhm.
go crazy with it. I'm like, okay, with the
Mhm.
when she had the Louis Vuitton one, and then she
Oh yeah.
had the Spider Man one, and then like yeah, she started, and then it was the like the one that she had for WrestleMania last year, that leather with the lime green.
Mhm. Shit,
Yeah,
I like the for the Rumble, the Sailor Moon joint or whatever. That shit was
yeah,
good.
that was pretty too. And I
Mhm.
also like Zelina
Melina.
Zelina Vegas.
Oh yeah, yeah. She always got some
Her
good gear.
she has good gear too. And also I'm not, well, no, it was just a jacket. I was about to say Britt Baker, but she just has the different jackets. It's not the different gear. Never mind.
I mean, yeah, it's the same stuff, but it's just like she got the freaking different color schemes or whatever, depending on like
Yeah,
when she was in Pittsburgh. I think she had somewhat of a black and yellow type deal
right.
and everything. So it's pretty cool. Um, somebody's gear that pokes out to my mind, and it's just like because I'm a guy. Freaking
Lord.
the Iconics are the inspiration now. They got some pretty good gear.
Oh yeah, they do. They
Mhm.
do.
Scarlett Bordeaux, whenever she wears gear, I mean, it's just that's fucking lingerie. Let's just be real.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
but
I
damn.
would say Becky Lynch too. Becky and
Yeah.
Charlotte. And then of course Sheeta.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sheeta does too. But of course Jushin wrestlers always, they always gotta have the top notch gear.
True.
Um and yeah, that's the only ones that I could think of. Like I just feel like when it comes to your gear, it's
Mhm,
like you need to think of it as your brand, make it stand out. It's okay,
mhm.
you know, invest in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of them just don't want to invest. They just want to have a gear, but like invest in your gear.
Mhm. So if you can pick your own gear or whatever, I mean, what would you kind of pattern yours after, or would it be something totally original?
It will of course it will pattern out because nobody's gear is completely original. It's just different. But I always like the pants and sometimes the shorts rather
Mhm.
than those one pieces, that some of the divas used to wear.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'm more of a fan of those, not the little bikini style thing.
yeah,
I never really too much care for those. I was just like,
yeah. I feel uncomfortable sometimes. I mean, even though I'm a eye googling, you know, pervert of a male or whatever. It's just
wow.
like sometimes, but they be wrestling in their gear or whatever, and I'm focused on the professional wrestling, but sometimes them cheeks just pop out, and I'm just like, come on, man. I mean, I know what y'all trying to do, but it's just like, come on, player.
He's like, y'all, I can't look.
It's just like, I'm really trying to get into this match, but I'm really getting into this match.
But that's gonna have. It's always gonna be like because it's women, so
Yeah,
it's just like, it's gonna always be a little sex appeal to it.
yeah, yeah.
They
I
could
mean,
like even when they was wrestling like in their shirts and stuff, it still make it look good
yeah, it's
because they're
like when it was,
women.
yeah, when they was doing the overseas shows, like the Saudi shows or whatever. I mean, the gear that
Hmm.
they had for that, even at first it was the t-shirts and the one pieces or whatever. I mean, that wasn't too bad. And then it was just the full on all in one bodysuit type gimmick or whatever. And I was
Yeah,
just like, oh, that's real nice. I like that.
yeah, I like the bodysuits.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
the one piece sleeve that they was wearing,
Hmm.
yeah, that was actually cute. That's something I'll do.
Charlotte need to not do that though.
Don't do her.
I'm just saying. What do you think about what do you think about her as a professional wrestler anyway? I mean,
I
just
love Charlotte.
mhm,
I love Charlotte. Charlotte, I mean, she gets a lot of. I feel like the crap that she gets from people is unfair because people praise generational wrestlers like Randy
mhm,
Orton and all of them, but when it comes to Charlotte, they throw it in her face every chance they get. And I'm just like, if you can love this wrestler
mhm.
and then talk about his history and his parents, what's wrong with Charlotte?
Yeah,
It's a double standard with that. Like,
yeah,
okay, she like you just got in because your dad. Okay, so did Randy Orton.
yeah,
Oh, so did
especially
so did a lot of others. He
him.
the main one. Like
Mhm.
so, but you like Randy, but they can't stand Charlotte. And I get because she's booked a certain way, but at the same time, she's money. So
Yeah. Mhm.
can't argue with that.
Word. Are you into video games at all?
Um, I used to be. I'm not as consistent as I once was because I'm always working.
Mhm. I
Um,
understand.
but I do hop on from time to time when I do get a chance. But I haven't been on there heavily. But I keep up with it. Like I keep up with different game news and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I
So,
do be watching on YouTube people play certain games, especially two K WWE. That's becoming very popular with the casuals, according to TikTok.
mhm. Oh boy, TikTok, that's a whole nother realm. Are you on TikTok?
Right. No, I just see TikTok videos all the time. Uh, Either my sister or my mama would send me something from TikTok
Mm.
all the time.
So
But
were you in the Vine or anything like that when that was around?
I was into Vine
Mhm.
until they stopped that, and then I was just like, you know what? I can't keep keeping up with all of this social media stuff. Like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is good with me.
Mm.
That's enough.
I know I stumbled upon a TikTok video, and for a while, this is a while back. This is
Hmm.
years back, maybe. I was just like, me and my wife would have freaking evening appointments to where we just sit up in the bed and we would watch fucking TikTok videos and shit, you know. And then
Hmm.
I kind of start slacking off or whatever. And then she got her own little thing to where she started watching TikTok videos on her own and shit or whatever. But it's just like it's crazy how social media can be a hindrance and at the same time it can give you so much great content. I think my favorite thing to look up or look at on just any social media platform, Facebook or freaking Twitter or whatever comes up is people doing just crazy, amazing, otherworldly feats and shit like
Oh yeah,
skateboarding and doing flips and parkour, whatever the hell you may think of. Is just like,
especially the funny content.
oh boy. Oh, my thing because I got my daughter the VR glasses, the
Hmm.
headset shit or whatever. I fell down a rabbit hole watching videos of motherfuckers hurting themselves wearing the VR glasses, shit, running in the walls and tripping over shit.
That's why I'm scared to get that. That'll probably be me. Y'all probably see me go viral because I done ran into something.
Come on, now. I mean, just
I'm
sit in the
telling
chair and do it like my kid do.
you.
She's seen enough videos of motherfuckers hurting themselves. She's like, I'm gonna just sit in the chair and do this.
But especially like if you into the game, you're gonna end up doing it.
Mhm. I put the goggles on my face one time to log into something for her, and I was like,
Hmm.
take this shit off my face. I don't like this."
Right. I don't like feeling like I can't physically see, but I mean I'm in the game, but that's
Yeah,
gonna
it
freak
was
me
just
out.
weird. It was just weird. Yeah, it was just all over the fucking place and everything. But now, did you see the Batman?
3 times, yes, I did.
What? Hold on, goddamn it!
I'm a
3 times.
Batman stan. Yeah, I'm a Batman stan. I love Bruce.
Okay, I seen it twice, and then you said 3 times, and I was just like, you outdid me. I'm kind of mad
I
about
love Bruce.
it. Word. Do
That's my
tell.
favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite superhero.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
Hmm
What are your thoughts on the movie? How you think Mr. Patterson did?
I just, Mr. Patterson, if you ever watch this, I just
Ooh.
want to say I apologize for calling you the Twilight Boy. I didn't have faith in you because I'm still stuck on Ben Affleck because he was my favorite. Well, he still is my favorite. He has my
Mhm.
heart. And I didn't want to give you a chance because I was calling you the Twilight Boy. So I'm sorry. He did amazing. It's like he his expressions
Mhm.
was on point. I was like, because Batman is known for saying a lot without saying too much.
Mhm.
And he did it perfectly. All you had to do was look at his eyes to tell,
Mhm.
feel the tension, even like the little words that he said, like you can feel it. He made you feel, Bruce. And that's what we've been wanting for a long time. And it's time, and also want to say it's time to let Zack Snyder go. It's time to let him go, y'all. Snyder cut, we don't care. Let it go.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Snyder Cut or whatever. I watched that like twice with the regular version in between.
Let
So
him go. It's
okay,
time to let him go.
let him go, let
You
him
gotta let him
go.
go. It don't take that long to get to a point. Like, just it's okay, Zach. It's all right.
If you can be in any movie universe or whatever, Batman, the Avengers, anything or whatever, what universe would you be in? Choose to be in.
The Avengers, just so I can side with Tony and be messy.
Be messy.
hmm Because I was just looking at Civil War the other day,
Mm,
and I was paying. I'm just like, bro, Tony Tony was saying everything that was, because I was saying, Endgame, when Captain America was like, did Thanos give you a warning or give you a sign? And I was just like, sir, you don't remember the aliens and Loki on the first one? That was the sign right there.
like, bitch, didn't I tell you?
That's when I would have been like, sign. He been did that. I
You
would have
remember
sided with Tony.
a suit of armor around the world? I was talking
Right.
about that, baby. But
Tony's
here I am on my knees and shit with the damn. I am Iron Man and kill myself Harikari in this bitch so I can save the rest of you motherfuckers.
You seen that video of that black guy? He said why Captain America's the worst superhero ever.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh my god, it was on Facebook like a long time ago, and he was just like, and what else he do? Set a black man for failure when we needed him the most.
Mm-mm-mm.
Got to set a black man up because I remember when he got the shield, I heard somebody like, "Oh." Like racist people is so funny sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Some racism is a little bit funny, but not. It shouldn't be funny, but sometimes I just like, bro.
You get a little chuckle at the ridiculousness of it.
Right. Like it's a fictional character you made.
Yeah, for real. It's just like I've never really read a lot of comic books or graphic novels or anything before
Mhm.
these movies came out. So it's just like when I first see these movies, it's just like, oh, this is the greatest shit ever. Then you got people that just read every fucking comic book every time it come out, and they're like, no, it didn't happen like that.
They are the worst. Keep them away from the movies. I cannot stand when it's not comically correct. Blah blah blah. Like shut up. They gotta appeal to the other fans that don't watch, that don't read the comics, except your Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers don't care. They like, if you ain't read it, that's on you.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers
true.
like, if you don't know, that's your fault.
Yeah, because we had this conversation on one of the I think the podcast before this one with Will. He was talking about like how the MCU Marvel, they just took each character. Here's some content on them. Here's another character. Here's content on them.
Right.
Here's another character. Content on them. And DC was just like, just ball them up, put them all together. Here it is.
Exactly. And I feel like though, honestly, I feel like ever since the Joker solo movie came out,
Mhm.
they starting to get their direction. Like I feel like Warner Brothers now starting to kind of get their pace. Like, okay, we can be successful by just like making it like a regular type movie is just a superhero or a fictional character. Like, cause that Batman movie, it didn't feel like a superhero movie. It felt like an actual drama movie,
Yeah.
just with Batman. And
Mhm.
it was the same thing with the Joker movie. So
Exactly.
I feel like that's why they figured that out. That's probably why they pushed Flash, Aquaman, and even Black Adam back, because it's like, okay, we need to change this because this is how we need to do things. Because they was trying to be like Marvel just a little bit,
Mhm.
but it's not them. They're too dark.
Yeah.
Like you're too dark to do that. So just make it like a regular movie. If it has to be rated R, it just has to be rated R. If it's
Yeah.
not for kids, it's just not for kids. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I'm down with that. So like, let's think about it. Aquaman, which I thought was a pretty decent movie or whatever. You know, how will we ground that and bring realism to that? Like how we did with the Batman. Batman, like how you were saying, it was just these are just regular people that just costumed themselves and took on a moniker of either the Riddler or Batman or whoever and whatnot. So I mean, how do you do something like that with Aquaman, who has legit fucking powers and shit?
I think they can still kind of make it real because that's like the environment,
Mhm.
especially like Mother Earth is dying. I guess
Oh, so
they can
when we
kind
gonna get
of.
that Captain Planet movie then? That's what you're saying?
Bro, I've been saying that for the longest.
Mhm.
That's
I
what we
mean,
need. We need a Captain. I just want a one Captain Planet movie.
yeah, because I mean, we've seen far more ridiculous. I mean, we got a freaking as long as it's running and has ran or whatever. I mean, we've got a Power Ranger movie, multiple Power Ranger movies or whatever. I mean,
Right.
give me a motherfucking Captain Planet movie. I want to see it live action. I ain't talking about no CGI shit. I want some real Captain Planet shit. Get Don
You
Cheadle
know
in there.
what? I'm gonna look up and see. Like, I'm gonna look up and see. Is anybody doing Captain Planet? What's the deal with Captain Planet? It must be like a rights issue or something.
Maybe, possibly. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know who that fall under, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we got Captain Planet. We got Captain Planet on our vision board right now. So we're gonna put him up there. Captain Planet. That's the movie we want to see later.
We gonna manifest Captain Planet. We putting it in the universe. Captain
So
Planet.
what's something else that's kind of out there that you wouldn't mind seeing a live action movie for?
Um, I'm really eager to see how they will do Fantastic Four because they
Oh
got
yeah,
it
true.
wrong so many times.
Hmm.
Um, I'm kind of disappointed that James McAvoy said that he wasn't coming back as Professor X because I was just like, as long as they kept James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, I was fine with the whole remake of X-Men
Hmm.
because they just keep getting it wrong. Like they got Jean wrong, oh, they got her wrong so 4 times. I don't understand how they keep getting her wrong. 4 times they got her wrong. But I want a perfect X-Men movie. So I'm trusting Marvel with it because they did really good with Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Um I'm trusting them with Fantastic Four. Um what is another live movie I said I want? Oh, I want a Gambit
Oh
movie.
yeah, we was promised that a long time ago with
I
Channing Tatum or
know.
whatever, but they kind of scrapped that, I believe. So
Yeah. I want a
so
Gambit movie so bad.
so damn. What's your thoughts on because you talk about X-Men and all that stuff or whatever, so I mean it's gonna come to a point to where we may have to have a new Wolverine. Are you okay with that?
I heard what's that actor name that they're looking at? The dude that was on Kingsman.
Oh yeah, 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 the young
I
guy,
heard,
yeah, Eggman.
yeah, I
Mhm.
heard it was him that they're looking at. That's the rumor, and I'm not, I'm fine with that because he's a good actor. So
Yeah, but he's like smooth baby face. I don't know, I mean they're gonna have to rough him up, they're gonna have to make him grizzled and everything, and I'm pretty sure they can do it, but
ever since Robert Pattinson, I've been open to
True.
people
Yeah,
because
you're
Robert
right.
Pattinson
You're
proved
right.
me wrong. He proved me wrong because I was calling him the Twilight Boy. I was so mad. I was like, they got the Twilight Boy.
Hey man, I like Twilight. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I could not stand Twilight.
Yeah.
And then somebody had a Team Jacob shirt on at the Batman movie theater. I was just like, you know what?
As a user,
Let that go.
you sir are a petty motherfucker.
Right. Talk about Team Jacob.
Damn. So yeah, shit. I'm ready for that or whatever. I know. I think one of the ones that I'm really anticipating that's coming up is Moon Knight because I
Yes.
know bits and pieces of the character, but I don't know too much about the character. So that's going to be something cool for me. And I've talked I talked about it anytime we get into these Marvel talks and movie talks or whatever. Blade is coming up, and I don't
How you
know how
feeling?
I don't know how I feel about it because
You got to give it a chance. They got a good person
I
for it.
I will see it. I know the dude is good from what I've been told.
And
But
he
with
was on the end. They confirmed that that was him talking on the end of Eternals.
Eternals, yeah,
To Jon Snow. He's forever Jon Snow. I don't care. He's
yeah,
Jon Snow forever. I hope he knows that.
yeah. Jon Snow,
He
you know nothing
is
Jon
just
Snow.
so.
But like even that character or whatever, the one that he's going to be portraying moving forward, is the Black Knight. From what I've
Hmm.
been told, the sword that was in that case that he, anytime that he uses it or whatever, he goes a little bit more insane and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the story arc with that character once he starts using and flailing that thing around. And
Right.
it's kind of apropos for him, right? Because he was in Game of Thrones. He always was wielding the sword and shit.
I
And now
mean, it's
he's this
perfect.
character.
Perfect casting. That's perfect casting right there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna disrespect the man by fucking up his first name, but Ali or whatever. Now
Hmm.
he's gonna be Blade or whatever, and I never known him to have like these martial arts prowess and whatnot. But I've known
Right.
Wesley Snipes to have that background and everything, and he's a proven commodity in that field as far as Blade. And now I'm just like, I want to see the movie so bad, but I'm just still like, what's gonna happen?
I know. I know Wesley Snipes was happy that he got it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
he
good.
was like, that's the, because he was just when they asked what's the site, because people was like, were you going to appear or did they? He said he didn't get a call, but he was saying that he was happy with who got the role because he was like, he know he's gonna do good, he's gonna
Mhm.
do great. So I'm pretty sure he's been probably in the gym
Mhm.
or probably has a trainer. So
Yeah,
I
he got
think he
time now.
has. Now he was in what is that what was that movie with Jennifer Aniston?
Don't make me lie to you.
Shoot, it was that movie they was doing. They was doing this.
Oh, Hunger Games.
Yeah, he was in Hunger Games, so I'm pretty sure like he, you know,
Oh man, I had to go back and watch that. I ain't seen that in
yeah, he was on the second one.
okay, I haven't seen that in a millennium.
Hmm.
I had to go back and watch that. Uh,
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he'll be and he's a great adapting. He can adapt to any genre in the as far as movies.
mhm.
He has range, so I'm pretty sure he'll be okay.
Okay, so it seems like you're very thoroughly enriched in these movie streets and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like you have kids, and I can even speak to it with my youngest or whatever. Even when the oldest ones were here, I would try to show them movies from my past of my childhood and everything, and just kind of be like, "Man, this shit was great. Look at this." And then like, are you doing anything like that?
No, no, I'm not.
You just take it as it come, right?
Yeah. Cause I do a thing like I'm a big nerd too, so I usually enjoy stuff like that by myself. Well, not by myself, but I have friends, but they long distance, so it's not like I can. The only person I'm with that is my cousin, cause she's a nerd too, but she a nerd. I'm not. I'm a nerd, but not a
Mhm.
nerd.
Tell
Like
me the
I know some.
distinction between the two.
Right. I like some of the stuff I read the books, but she read the books on a lot of things, not me. Like I know I've kept up with of course Harry Potter.
Mhm.
I still got all the books. I had all the books. I read all the books. I read most of Game of Thrones. I didn't get to read the last book.
Mhm.
And then of course he hasn't released the new book that was supposed to go out that was supposed to finish the actual series. And I only read one. Lord of the Rings book, but I knew about everything. But
Mhm.
yeah, but as far as like all the, my cousin is one of the ones that I've read them all. I know it all. I've read all the comics. I read all the books. I
Mhm.
read all the manga, all of that.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just recently starting to do shit like that because I got into Death Note and
Mm,
I just finished the whole series. I just finished they released um a series called the Black Edition to where
mm.
it's six books and each book has two volumes in it. So it has all 12 volumes amongst six books. And I just finished reading all those. And now I'm waiting for my child to catch up to me so we can actually go through and watch the anime. Because
Oh, okay.
I bought the complete series on Blu-ray, and I'm just like, once she catch up and finish the books, then we're gonna sit down, we're gonna watch the freaking anime. And the only reason that
I'm gonna just tell you like this. It's kind of not like the book, but they added some stuff to it.
I mean that's to be expected when you take anything from literature, you know, these books
Yeah.
and these graphic novels and anything, and you try to put it into motion. Because damn, if you don't 50 Shades of Grey. I read the first and the second book. I tried to read the third book, but I couldn't finish it off. I mean, I'm not to say it was a bad book or whatever. I mean, I actually enjoyed it. But when it came to the first movie, when the first movie came out, me and my wife went see it or whatever, and I swear to God that that was one of the only book to movies that I seen that actually went word per word from the fucking book. You
Mm.
know, a lot of the dialogue that they said were word per word from the goddamn pages of the goddamn book, and I was just like, this doesn't feel right. You know. So I mean, feel free once you make a movie adaptation of some of these books or whatever to give it a little bit more, you know, change a little bit here or whatever, because I don't want to go into a movie and expecting to see every page of the book unfold on the screen or whatever.
I wish the nerds will understand that. They don't understand that. Don't, like,
Mhm.
they
Because
need
I
to
mean,
understand that.
yeah, because like if it was that way, I mean, it's just like, what's the point in seeing the movie? Because I mean, you know exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. You know, you read the
Right.
book.
If just use your imagination if that's what you want to do. Like,
Yeah,
okay, use your imagination, but it, like, I get it, like you don't have to change too much, but it's okay to add a little, cuz some uh from what I read, some authors or some directors, they like, sometimes we, if we don't have the opportunity to go back to changes, so movies do help
yeah,
do that. Like, hey, I did have an idea even though I didn't write it down, but y'all
mhm,
could do this. I know that's
yeah,
what George R. Martin was doing before, they got tired of Game of Thrones and just didn't put much effort and was ready to end it.
yeah. And now they're
That's
coming back to it with a fucking prequel and shit.
Listen, I'm gonna support. I got faith in that because it's limited. They don't
Mhm.
have to keep going with that one for a long time, and that book is finished, so they don't have to kind of. They don't have
Yeah, they
to.
don't have to slow down or whatever. They can just go,
Right, they
boom,
don't have
knock
to
it all out.
freestyle. Exactly, and then it's more diversity in this one too. Like the black character, he's like one of the most important characters in this series. He's the richest too.
Hmm.
Definitely got to support that brother.
Yeah.
Got
So
to
I
support
mean,
that brother.
so
Yeah.
are they gonna stab him in the back and take all his riches like they do?
I don't know.
Goddamn
I'm supporting
colonizers.
him because it's when they released the character that a black man was playing that character, that section, it was full of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
White, they was so mad. They was just like, "Oh my god, he is not black. Why are they blah 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 blah?" Like, he's a
Whatever.
Targaryen. There's no, ain't no such thing. They not real.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, Pat McAfee is chasing Austin Theory right now. It
Breaking news.
distracted me. Breaking news. They are
Breaking news.
having a chase in the locker room right now.
Mhm.
Pat done ran into Vince McMahon's office.
So, what are your thoughts on professional wrestling as a whole currently?
Currently, um, it's much better. It's fun.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you that it's been fun. That we have alternates now.
Hmm.
The alternatives. My bad.
Hmm.
Wrong. Wrong vocab.
Same thing.
Um, right. Because for a long time it was a little bit boring because
Mhm.
yes, we just had one. I mean, we didn't have just one. We had, of course, Impact TNA, New Japan,
Mhm.
but it still felt like, of course, WWE was just the main thing everybody was watching until Mr. TK came along,
Mhm.
and now it's back fun. So him bringing kind of that pressure, even people want to say that he don't look at them as competition, but he is paying attention.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
paying attention to the product. So it's bringing, when Vince is in competition mode, that's when WWE is the best.
Mhm.
So it's been a lot more fun. Like pro wrestling is fun again. It
Yeah.
wasn't fun like this in a long time, and now it's finally fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. It's, of course you're gonna deal with people and they criticism. That's gonna happen, but it's majority of the time it's been fun. Indies too. It's been
Mhm.
fun in the
Yeah.
indies and in the major companies. So I'm enjoying it.
So with the change in the independent wrestling scene and whatnot, is there anybody out there that you kind of watching or been hearing about that you think might be the next big thing to blow up on the independent circuit?
Definitely Brian Key.
You goddamn right.
Definitely Brian. And I'm not even trying to say that because it's Texas, but he just stands out.
Mhm.
He stands out. His Brian Keith and also Khan from
Yeah.
SCP.
Yes, I
Both
was
of
just talking
them,
about him.
I feel like both of them. This is definitely like after WrestleMania. I feel like it's definitely going to be their year. They're going to take off because their demeanor,
Mhm.
their in ring ability, their in ring. I know Khan when he had the dark match with Adam Cole. That's when I really started to pay attention to him. When I seen that match, he had great in ring chemistry with Adam Cole. It was a great match to me. And then when I paid attention to Brian Keith, he has great in ring chemistry. He very technical,
Mhm.
and of course he knows how to. He has charisma.
Yeah.
He has a lot of charisma. So them two, as far as the males, yes, and then for the women, to me, I would say this year will probably be to Jocelyn,
Mhm.
um, and also Jana Kai.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Word.
They them two, especially her. They both been booked consistently, and they both been on Dark. So I'm pretty sure this, especially start of the summer, because I always think that after WrestleMania, that's when things start to pick up for everybody.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's it's gonna be lead up to their year. But I've been really paying attention to Khan and also Brian Keith. So
Word, word. I
mm,
can't stop speaking about BK, man. It's just
yeah,
from the first time I seen the entrance, I was just like, that's the dude.
yeah, yeah. He's original. I mean, yeah, we got cowboys, but he original. You know what I'm saying? Like original cowboy, and he's been booked and busy too. So and
Yeah.
that belt look nice on him. Looks
Yeah.
good on him.
I'm
So
the only thing that I'm pissed about is his GCW bookings. I mean, I'm grateful and glad that he
yeah,
got the GCW bookings, but they booked the motherfucker to lose all the time. I don't like it.
they be jobbing him. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
But I seen a conversation because people's concern now has been that people have been booking like the same indie wrestlers instead of like just kind of differentiating the card and things like that. Like I want to say for next week, like a lot of the same people are
Mhm.
booked, and then you have other. I don't know the politics of indies. I'm still learning the game, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say nothing I don't know.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, is you go with what's popular at the time or
Yeah.
whatever. And BK is one of those guys.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, well, shit. I mean, fuck. I've had wrestlers on this podcast, and I asked them about Mysterious Q,
Oh
and
yes.
the consensus is why the fuck is this dude not signed yet?
I forgot to mention him. He is one of them.
He was on
Somebody
AEW. He was part of the security team.
somebody was just talking about him on Twitter. He was kind of like the topic on Twitter not 2 days ago. He won something.
I know he
He
was
won
on.
a belt.
Oh yeah, he's ROW champion right now.
Okay. Okay, yeah, he won something and everybody was just talking about it.
Also, he was on the Masked Wrestler, which I thought it was hilarious because he is a masked wrestler, so he had to wear a mask on top of his mask.
Right.
Oh shit! But yeah, I mean, wrestling is fucking awesome, and it's just I think this is out of the whole time that I've been watching professional wrestling, my whole fucking life, I believe this era, this iteration of it right now is just probably the most entertaining.
Yes. Well,
Well, I mean,
I'm biased. I'm biased because my favorite era in wrestling is always Ruthless Aggression era. That's always my favorite. But yes, this because the John Cena era just kind of made everything, even though it wasn't his fault, but it kind of made everything dull. But this is definitely the most entertaining, the most technical. Like we finally get like fantasy bookings this year for some reason. It's been going crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of innovation as far as professional wrestling goes as well, too. It's just like I never thought in my wildest imagination that I would see a motherfucker on top of someone's shoulders with another motherfucker on top of that motherfucker's shoulders, and they doing Spanish flies and all kinds of other crazy shit or whatever. It's just
Man, that's like that AEW show when Jurassic Express and Adam Page did the suplex. No, wasn't it the suplex?
Well, they did I know they just did like a triple moonsault not too long
Yeah,
ago.
the triple move. Yeah, yeah. Looked like Lucha. I was like, Lucha.
Then you got 61-year-old ass Sting jumping off of shit.
Boy, he be making me nervous. I'm like, please don't hurt yourself. That's my icon right there. Like, please, I love Sting. I was so mad at Seth Rollins for a long time because he almost killed my Sting. I was like, oh, fuck Seth, I hate him. Blah, blah, blah. I felt like I was teaming with Bret Hart. And I'm not a Bret Hart fan like that.
So
Bret Hart was like, that man is reckless in this ring. Don't get him started. He hate that.
So with with that being said, you talking about Seth Rollins and everything. Rumor is word on the street that his opponent may be one Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
I hope he comes out to his song.
I mean, and that's the appeal to it. I mean, we talked about it on the last episode of this show, to where like that's the only appeal or whatever. I mean, it would make no sense for him to come back after all the things that he's done and everything to just be like smoke and mirrors and shit like that.
Right. But it was a rumor. It's probably from Fightful. From Fightful magazine, that they said that 3 major stars at WWE wanted Cody to come in as where he been doing, like the Hillmonger fits.
Yeah.
They want him to still be that. Probably his best friend Miz. Miz is probably one of them.
Well, I mean, it only remains to be seen. Some people are saying that he might show up this Monday night. Some people might say that he might just show up at WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania. So, I mean, we got 3 more times for him to make this debut or whatever. And people are just like, where the fuck is this dude coming from? Where is he coming or is he not? Is he not? You know?
I think, well, people keep saying he might come after WrestleMania. I hope he come at WrestleMania. That's going to be funny.
Yeah, which I mean,
sorry, all the divas is in the ring right now. Is all I see is her everywhere.
They just having a pillow fight? Is they doing?
They scrapping. All of them, Sasha, Naomi, Rhea, and Liv, and Carmella, and Zelina. They all in the ring scrapping right now. I don't know what just happened.
Women's professional wrestling goes or whatever, I mean, do you think that there's been a big change over the years?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
Yes, yes and no. Yes, as far as the way that been booked, and there some of them get longer time, but I preach it heavily. It's still Fabulous Moolah
Mm-hmm.
effect still goes strong as far as like the Western part of when it comes to women wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
because you still have promoters and bookers that still view women as not athletes as far as
Mm-hmm.
professional wrestling, like, and they still have to fight amongst each other to even be booked.
Yeah.
um so is it progressing? Yes, because you have people now take them more seriously a little bit, but they still have to deal with the politics heavily, and that's because of that lady. And it still weighs. We still have a long way to go
Mm-hmm.
as far as women's wrestling. I see it all the time that people, why can't they be like Jushin, Japanese and Stardom and stuff like that, or the luchadoras and things like that. And I'm just like, because we still have people that's a booker or promoter that still look at women's wrestlers as just an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
They focus more on the male bookings than they do them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we was getting it around the women's evolution, but again, it was just another wave that was riding on with the whole women empowerment and the feminist movement. So of course, WWE knows how to, stay with the trend. And then when the trend dies down, they go right back to what they,
Yeah.
because some of them, I'm just like, you can tell Vince still has his favors as far as the women
Mm-hmm.
prior to just giving the women a chance that's actually good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I
So,
and I kind of feel like when it comes to WWE anyway, it's just kind of like, here, take this shit so you can shut the fuck up and I can go back to doing what I was doing.
right, exactly. Like when people was complaining about the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match, talking about it's too hardcore. Women don't have to bleed to get over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my daughter.
Yeah. Hey, young child. Hey. I said, this is no big thing or whatever, because my kid always be popping up in here, want to be on the camera and everything.
They was getting ready for bed, so they was telling me good night.
Same thing. When that one get ready to go to sleep, this door fly right the hell open.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yes, they was like I was saying, they was saying women don't have to bleed to get over. They still bleeding to please men. Like, no, you have women that actually want to do hardcore matches.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like I said, that's the Moolah effect right there. Like saying women shouldn't bleed. They meant to be that's that lady stuff. Like I say it all the time. Like her spirit is still living. And I'm pretty sure she would smile at y'all for saying that. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. They not supposed to bleed. They supposed to be pretty. They there to please the man. They not there to be athletes.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be damn that they are all professional wrestlers. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an Iron Man match, you can have an Iron Woman match. If you can have a men's cage match, you can have a women's cage match. I mean, it shouldn't be a different. It shouldn't be different. God damn it! It should just be,
Right.
you
It's
know.
like they just want them because somebody was like, well, Sasha and Charlotte had a cage match, but nobody ain't bleed. Okay. They wasn't rubbing nobody's head on no like
Well,
they was.
like, yeah, to that effect or whatever. It's just like when it, and I'm only speaking to the WWE product or whatever, because other
Mm-hmm.
companies do things differently or whatever. When you have stuff like the Hell in a Cell and the Elimination Chamber to where they be just beating the shit out of each other, I mean, you would expect to see a little bit of blood in that
Right.
aspect or whatnot. But if they do it in such a way to where like it wouldn't be a natural occurrence for somebody to bleed or whatever, then I can understand that. So like how you were
Right.
just saying, it's just like they didn't do nothing with inside there to where it would have caused them any bodily harm enough to bleed.
Right. They had thumbtacks in there. Britt was pushing her against the cages several times,
Mhm.
fell on the chair. So yeah, it got brutal. So yeah, it's gonna, you're gonna see some blood every now and then. And
Mhm.
it's not to please men. That's what they want to do. Thunder Rosa said that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to make a cage match, a typical cage match. Like,
Yeah.
why should women, you know, you can't be
Yeah. Why?
pretty and hardcore.
Yeah. It's almost like dumbing down the style. You know.
Exactly. And just like some people have a problem with the intergender matches. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm like, y'all sounding real misogynist right now, because some people have a problem with Jordan being in the same ring with a male wrestler, or they had a problem with Chris Statlander when she was in a ring against Adam Cole with Orange Cassidy. Like, they had a problem with that. I'm just like, what is the problem? Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. But because when you have people that still have that mindset, it's kind of hard for the women's division to progress. And like I say all the time, how you know that it's stars, or Sasha or somebody want to do the same thing Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker's doing.
Mhm. Yeah. And then I believe it's just I don't know really what it is or whatever, because I can remember Jacqueline back in the day beating up men and body slamming men and Jazz and all them
Hmm.
fucking up the guys and all kind of stuff. And I thought that
That's
shit was
what people
cool as
love
hell.
China for. They
Yeah,
used to love
exactly.
China for that.
China was the fucking intercontinental champion,
Hmm.
you know? So it's just like I don't see what's going on. But it be what it be.
Yeah.
But uh our time has elapsed, young lady. Before we leave this evening, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you on social media and everything that you got going on?
You can find me. No. No, but you can find me on Twitter, Dastardly Duo 3. And also I'm on Facebook in the Talk of Champions group. I'm one of the mod well admin slash moderatory, whatever you call it.
Moderator,
I
yeah.
monitor, yeah, I monitor the group. I know Facebook groups get toxic, but we don't play that in Talk of Champions. We will kick you out. We
Mhm.
don't play none of that. We hear that, we have fun. You like what you like, but when it gets disrespectful, get on up out of here with all of that.
Mhm.
Uh, you can find me on two of those. I did have an Instagram, but I'm gonna have to make a new one because it got hacked.
Ooh.
These hackers are, I don't know how they, like, I didn't even answer the DMs or none of that. They still got in my stuff. So I will have an Instagram soon, but most importantly, just follow my Twitter, Dastardly Duo 3. You probably done see me on your timeline.
Yep.
Uh, I be on everybody's timeline, so
Mhm.
follow me.
Word. And as it is for every guest of the Random Rounds with Rob, you've been a guest, so the door is always open for you to come back to promote your next big thing or just to shoot the shit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely coming back.
Word. All right. So boom.